two is very much like a squashed S with the two dots underneath it, and the way we write at the beginning shares the same shape as ba, and the way we write in the middle. However, the shape of the letter ya that we write at the end, it slightly changes and goes back to the same shape as isolated, with an attachment from the right side because there's a letter before is coming to be attached to. Ba. Ba with an extra dot. It has two dots underneath it, and it is the only letter in Arabic which has two dots underneath it, and that's how you would recognize the letter ya. The letter ya shares the same shape with the letter ba, the way we write it at the beginning, and the same shape we write it in the middle of a word. However, the shape of the letter ya at the end, it is slightly different as it's connected and it comes to the end. So it has an extra, which I'm highlighting with a red color. That's the attachment to be attached to the letter before. And this is the shape of the letter ya isolated. It's very much like a squashed letter S, a squashed letter S. The letter ya is used as a consonant when it comes at the beginning, meaning it will be pronounced light as Y in the word year or yes. So we have an example. Ya Yasmin. Can we spot the letter ya in this example? Yes, we can. We have the letter ya written at the beginning of the word, and we have the letter ya written in the middle of a word. So as you see that the letter ya at the beginning is pronounced light, whereas the letter ya in the middle, it is pronounced long. So in this example, when the letter ya comes at the beginning of a word, it's pronounced light as the Y in year, and when this letter comes in the middle, it is pronounced long as in Yasmin. And now let's have some examples. Our first example is a fruit, papaya. We would write it B with a long vowel R, ba, and B with a long vowel R, it's ba, and ya with a long vowel R, you pronounce it ya, and if you read it all together, it's babaya. Why we are saying babaya? Because the sound P in Arabic doesn't exist, so we have to replace it with the closest equivalence, and it is the letter B. So that's how we read in Arabic, babaya. Another example, such as bait. B with a short vowel R, it's ba, and E has a pause, what we call it before skoon, so you'd read it bay, and the final letter is T, so you'd read it bait, bait. Another example, E with a short vowel R, you pronounce it ya, and with a long vowel U, you pronounce it yo, and the final letter is M, so you would read it yawm, 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 which means a day. And if you have another example, such as yoga. Yoga, it's a sport, as we know. How do we read it? E with a long vowel, or you'd pronounce it you. And the R sound, which is very much as pronouncing the French R, 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 and translated with GH. And that's our long vowel R. So you'd read it from right to left. You'd say yoga, yoga. Another example to practice with this word. You would read it as follow. The first letter is T. We have to identify our main letters. So that's T. And that's the GH, which we said we pronounce it as the French R. Ra, ra. And then we've got double E here. So that's the letter Y or Ya written in the middle. And that's the letter Ya written in the middle. And then finally, that's the letter R. And we read from the right to the left, always in Arabic. Let's start again. T with a short vowel R, you would pronounce it ta. And Ra with a pause with sukoon, so you pronounce it tar, tar. And then Ya doubled, so you'd read it tagyi, tagyi. And the final letter is R, so you'd read it tagyir. And now let's practice the letter Ya with both short vowels and long vowels. Ya with a long vowel R, you pronounce it Ya, Ya, such as Ya Ban, Yaban, which means in Arabic Japan. Yo, yoga, yoga, and that is an example, the letter Ya attached to the long vowel E. And an example with the letter Ya, such as Bayti, Bayti, Bay, Bayt, and then E. E, it is the equivalent of my, so you're saying Bayti, which means my house. Bayti, Bayti. Now let's see the letter Ya with short vowels. Ya, Ya, Yadhhab, Yadhhab. As you see, the letter Ya here is pronounced very light, and the short vowel A helps in terms how to pronounce it. So you would say Ya, Ya, and Tha, Yadh, and H, Yadh, Yadhhab. Another example with a short vowel U, You, Yusafir, Yusafir, and Yusafir in Arabic means he travels. So as you can see, the letter Ya with a short vowel U, You, Yusafir, Yusafir.